great business idea from one of our member. I loved it when I learned about it, and I think it's great. Anyone can start this in their city, in their area. It doesn't matter where you live. This is something that you can do. So this business is a movie night setup. And all you have to do when I'm going to show you the equipment that you need is to pretty much go to the person's place, the location, your customer's place, and set up your equipment, go back home, and then pick it up. Maybe you do a package where someone can keep it for like a couple of hours, or maybe you can even let them keep it overnight for a higher fee. So for example, this is someone that posted this business on Facebook Marketplace. And so Facebook Marketplace is a great way to just get started like with any local business. So they have some pictures, right, of what they are promoting, what they're doing. And it's great if you have some pictures, but I'm also going to show you, if you don't have anything, how you can get started with this business if you don't have nothing, right? So this one, he has a couple of videos, couple of pictures, which is awesome. But if you wanted to get started with something like this, and you don't have anything, right, you can definitely do a listing like this with just AI. Once we see a picture like this, we understand exactly what the business is about. Projector and screen rental, right? Big screen, big experience, inflatable bean bags, delivery and setup, a movie night, perfect for movie night, birthdays, date nights, events, parties, and more. So this listing doesn't have any videos or pictures, but they use AI to start their business, and you can do the same. Once you start getting people, like people start reaching out to you for this business, you have something that interests people, and you can get started ordering your equipment. Don't order anything until you've posted and start getting some traction, and even until you've gotten like your first booking. And one thing I like about this person, they listed it for $1, so naturally people will reach out and ask for more information, and that's how you get the conversation started, right? This person has put their prices over here, but I reached out to a couple of those vendors, and the prices were ranging between 300 and 500, right? So he did like a different type of packaging. You can do your packaging however you want, but you can easily get $300 for like a couple of hours, like say 3 to 4 hours setup. And he even have like some add-on, right, with like popcorn and stuff. But this is something you can do later on. This is not something you have to start immediately. You can have those add-ons as you start getting more business, right? But that's a great way to even increase your package, your package deal, like the price of your packages and stuff like that. So but just to get started, AI can do the job to get a listing like this. Now let's take a look at the equipment that you need to run a business like this one. So number one, you would need a screen outdoor projector, right? This one is about 16 feet for $98. You can get it like in 1 or 2 days with Amazon Prime. So let's say you start listing your business and you get your first booking for the weekend, you can easily go and order your products on Amazon just to get started. So you don't have to order anything until you book your first client. Let's say you want to get a bigger screen because people love the big screen. You can get a 20 feet for like $130, right? So you're starting this business with not much capital investment, and there's something that anybody can do. If you work a little bit on the side or have some saving, you can get at least one setup and start getting bookings, right? The other important thing you will need is some good speakers, Bluetooth speakers, right? With like a good live battery. You would need at least two of them, so you can put one on each side of the screen, one on the right and one on the left side, right? So the audio is good and loud enough. This is an example you can get in your other, pretty good Bluetooth speaker. The other thing that you will need, of course, is a projector to project the movie, whatever they have. They can even plug in their PS5 or Xbox, right? Some people can even rent this not just for movies, but just to play video games with friends, for example. You can connect a laptop, smartphone, TV stick, anything, right? In 4K, 1080p, and it needs to have Bluetooth, being like, outdoor portable. So that's all you need for $79. You can start you can have a pretty good projector. There's other ones in the market, and you can do your search, right? But for example, this one is great just to get started. And of course, you will need some types of seating arrangement, right? Some types of inflatable seatings that you can setup for your customer. This is like a 3-pack, for example, but I think you can also get like a inflatable like bean inflatable bean bag. I think I've seen this one before. And yeah, for example, this one, you can get a couple of them right on Amazon, 6 or 9. I would advise to get the most, for example, 9 of them, so it can be for like a larger seating, or even 12 if you have a little bit more money. So that way, large group of friend people can sit and watch, their shows or whatever, the movie on the screen. So that's pretty much all you need, right, to get started with this business. And if you do the math, it's around $600 to $700. Forget about the add-ons just to get started. You just want to have a setup with chairs, projector, and speaker, and the screen. And you can rent this easily for $300 to $400 for like 3 to 4 hours. And you can even do like, hey, you can keep it overnight, for example, for $499, which is $500. Some people would say, yeah, let me keep it overnight for $499, and I can spend the entire night playing video games or watching movies with my friends, for example. So it's a great business. Once you set it up, you're out. You don't need to be with the customer. You don't need to serve them. It's not food related. It's just a quick setup that you can do by yourself, whether you're a woman, a man, you're handicapped. You can easily do it by yourself to set it up real quickly, leave the customer's place, house, or whatever, and then come back a couple of hours later or the next day to get your equipment. And to book a business like this, to get customers, I would advise you to get a 50% down. So let's say your setup is $400 for 4 hours, for example. You will need to get 200% down that the customer pays in advance to book the date. So you make them pay via Stripe or PayPal, so that way you are protected in case something gets broken. And you set up a quick contract with ChatGPT, for example, that protects you and say that literally, like, if they break anything, you will charge them like a fee on their credit card on file that you have on Stripe or PayPal, for example. But at least the 50% down makes you book the date. That way, you're not going to someone's house and someone says, no, I don't want the setup anymore. You have the 50% down and they pay you the remaining amount on the day of the event, right? Once you're done setting up there in the backyard, they need to pay you immediately, and then you leave, let them enjoy, and then come back to pick it up at the set date and time, right? So if you want more business ideas like this one, make sure to give this video a like and a subscribe to the channel so you never miss a business idea like this.